Hi, it's Rob from Progressive Property here, and seeing as we've picked a really nice day, why don't you come along with me and I'll show you around some of our properties that we've bought and maybe show you how we can help you do the same thing. So we're actually in the town centre in Peterborough, and on this street is where all the estate agents are. And back in 2005, when I got into property, in 2003 when Mark did, we spent all day, every day, up and down this street, up and down in all the different estate agencies, trying to buy property, trying to get the discounted deals. Yeah, it was pretty exciting back then, and I wanted to take you back. And actually, if we just stop and look down, so you can see here a lot of the estate agents down the street, and if you just follow me, to the left at the top, if you see the buildings that go all over the shops, that was our very first office. So when we moved out of my house, 26 I Road, a little 2-bed, when we first got into property, we moved and we had the whole upper floor here. And obviously we had those so we could view down on all the estate agents and nip in once or twice a day and try and get some of the deals out of them. And this is how our portfolio started. So we started with just a handful when we were up there, and we must have bought 200 from these guys on this street in probably 5 or 6 years. So if you follow me now, and I'll take you around some of the properties that we've bought, some of the single lets, and then all the way up to the kind of bigger commercial properties. So here we are, we've just stopped off. This is Garrick House. So Mark and I bought this a few months ago. It's a 12,000 square foot block, and we're actually converting it as we speak. So if you come with me and wander around, and I'll show you around it. So as you can see, we've fenced it all in. It used to be a police station, and then after it was a police station, it got converted into offices. And at the moment, there's a lot of disused offices like this, not just in Peterborough, but in the whole of the UK, that of disrepair. There's a lot of incentives that the government and the local councils and boroughs give to us as investors to convert them. So there's no planning permission needed for this, there's no Section 106 affordable housing, all these things that make commercial conversion or development or property investing more difficult. So it's really a great time for you to be a property investor. Now, I'm not saying if you're starting you're going to convert something of this size. We've already bought quite a lot of commercial property to get to this scale and this level, if you carry on with me. But this is where you could get to. So what we're doing is we're gutting the whole thing out and we're converting it into 23 apartments. And then we'll probably sell maybe 20 of those apartments, maybe even to some of our clients. And we'll probably keep a handful for ourselves to buy to let. So with this we have a training on commercial conversion. So you either convert and add value. We bought this at 360,000. It sold for 1.7 million, I believe, in 2006. So we bought for 360, conversion costs will be about 800, but because you use all JV finance for that, and the profit will be between 400 and 500,000 once it's done. This has been going a few weeks now, I reckon 2 months. The whole thing will be complete. If you follow me again, all individual apartments, all with individual titles, all split. There's a speed bump there, I just nearly fell over it. And in fact, we're looking at maybe using some of this space to build a few more flats as well, providing we can get the permission of the guys who live there. So it's pretty exciting to be a property investor, and there's quite a lot of big stuff going on right now. But if you follow me, and I'll take you around some of the smaller houses we have too. So we're in a suburb of Peterborough called Goldmine. And in here, where I'm going to show you now, we probably bought, in the first 5 properties we bought back in 05, probably was 1 or 2 of them were here. And we've bought quite a few of the kind of streets now. So if you walk along with me, you can see they're just nice, simple dwellings, kind of maybe ex-council type properties. And at some point, maybe in the sort of lower point of the market, we'd be paying 50 to 65 grand for something like this, and it'd be renting at 500 or 550. Prices are obviously a lot more now, but still low price. So most families would be able to afford to rent in places like this. And as you can see, if you look around, they're all similar. Most of these here are 3-bed terrace or 3-bed semis on at the end, or the end terrace. And so what you do is you buy 1 or 2 of these, you work out that £65,000 rent of 550, so you're talking 10% yield. It works well, it cash flows. And once you've bought 1 or 2, you can go and buy quite a lot. And I reckon I reckon we've probably bought a couple of hundred of these type of properties in this type of area. And I love this kind of stock because families will always need it, it'll always be needed, you'll always be able to rent them, there'll very rarely be any voids. And as much as it's great to buy the bigger commercial units, it's good to have a solid stock of simple dwellings that most people would want to live in. You do a good thing for the community, and of course you make a predictable income. So we've stopped on a road called Alderman's Drive, and this is the old hospital. It was only really maybe a year or two ago that the hospital was moved. And if you look down this street here, we're going to go down this street in a moment, because we own some HMOs, some multi-lets, like many of these houses here, these old Victorian houses. They've been converted into 6-bed and 8-bed multi-lets, and a lot of these had doctors and nurses that were serving the hospital. Now they're still really good for HMOs because the town centre is literally just over the other side of the hospital. So I'm showing you this because we've actually put an offer in on this to knock it down and build a load of blocks of flats on it. And I don't know if we'll get that yet, maybe we will, and maybe you'll see news of that. So these old sites are really good for development because, you know, at the bottom of the market, moving up to the boom, you can make a lot of money in property developing too, and we're doing some of that. And if you turn around here, if you're out on your travels driving around in your local area, if you keep your eye out for places like this, we've just put an offer in on this as well, because even if we don't get the hospital, we get the car park, and obviously we can develop on this, and you could build a few 3-bed houses, or you could build some flats, or build purpose-built multi-lets or something like that. So we've put an offer in on this, we've put an offer on this. I'm fingers crossed, hopefully we'll get them. And what we'll do now is we'll go down and I'll show you some HMOs. So here we are. This is 13 Alderman's Drive. And literally the hospital we just came from over there is just a few hundred metres away. And we own a few HMOs on this street. The room rates are great near town centres, near amenities like hospitals. And the room rates we get here are often as much as some of the 2-bed flats in Goldhay where I just took you around. So really good properties to own. And there's 8 bedrooms in this, so it's a big cash machine. You can see we've made a bit of care and attention on this. So we've all the new guttering and servicing, the new windows, we've repainted out the front. Because hey, if there's other people on the streets with HMOs, you want to make sure yours looks a bit better. It's got plenty of room for parking, so you can bump the rent up a bit, but also so that it's more desirable. Now this is rarely, if ever, empty. I don't even know if we've had an empty room since we've had this. So this kind of HMO is perfect for building your portfolio and increasing your cash flow. So I hope you enjoyed the tour around some of the properties we own, and I wanted to show you so you know what types of properties you'd like to buy, whether it be lots of the single lets, or whether you'd like the bigger commercial stuff if you're more experienced, or the multi-lets which can produce a lot of income. So if you want to work a bit more with us, I don't know if you want to join us on a training, or if there's any way we can help you, somewhere on this page I'm sure you could either email me personally or go and take the next step that you need, and I look forward to meeting you and helping you build your portfolio.